Hello everyone, welcome back. I've got a fun one for you today. I was in a meeting a couple of days ago and I thought this day could do with a little bit of lifting up. And I thought maybe a little game would help to do that. And thought about Flappy Bird and how popular it had been in the past. I thought with the current tools we're working with, the emergence of AI and Claude Code's capability, it can't be that difficult to pull together. So with the technologies I know, I thought I'll task it with exactly that. Let me show you where we got to. I have a repository right here with Go code running a fine app that I'll share access details with later. If I just run that now, you can see we have Flappy Gopher. It has a cute Gopher character, as you would hope for something that is Go-based and imitating a previous Flappy Bird game. And if we just tap a button or use our pointer click, we could start the game. And as you can see, we're flapping around, trying to navigate in between the pipes as faithfully as we can with the real game. I accidentally started a second game there. I was so excited. Once you get into it, it's very easy to just keep going for that high score. It says my best is 6, but actually, I much prefer playing this on my phone where the tap is a lot more intuitive than the keyboard, something about the timing. And as a fine app, it works absolutely everywhere, so that's perfectly fine. As you can see on screen, we've got lots of different components. The game itself, the pipes and the character and the ground are drawn onto a pixel buffer. That's how the AI generated it. It's the bottom element of our application. It's sized according to the window or the device that we're loading on. And then on top of that, you have the score drawn as with the other text using fine primitives. So it's always crisp on the top of your screen. And the clouds are groups of circles that are just drifting with a transparency over the application. Those elements come together to create a pretty straightforward game. Let me just show you once more. The game board itself, the pixels are just moving across the screen on a timer for the frame rate, and our character is being animated over it. The keyboard handling and all of the overlays is fine, quite as normal. If you're interested to see more, you could check out the repository. It's called Flappy in my GitHub organization. You can see the code. I'm not going to go into detail just now because honestly, I feel like the generated code leaves a fair amount to be desired and I want to tidy it up properly. But you can see the latest status. I think that screenshot is a bit out of date. I'll keep it updated and hopefully I can come back in a few weeks' time and show you how the game has progressed. But I was impressed how far it got with the first pass. It wasn't perfectly playable and it wasn't very exciting, but with a few tweaks and a couple of more prompts over a few days rather than just the initial 5 minutes, I got something that I'm very satisfied with. Try it out, run it on your devices, and see what you think. Thanks for joining me for another random fine app that I've been working on. Do check out my writing archive at andy.xyz or the video archive on YouTube. Of course, I really encourage people to become sponsors on Patreon, and now there is a new reason. I'm working on a video series about how I'm integrating AI coding into my workflow and the tool that I've built to make it easy to integrate that into the GitHub workflow to help accelerate my work in open source and push projects forward even faster than before. And lastly, of course, consider joining us over at aptrix.ai, where we're creating a system that allows anybody to build really cool applications.